ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna, welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita study group. Thank you all for joining. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The last session we did the Chaturshloki Gita. That is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the Chaturshloki verses 8 to 11 form, they give you the whole essence, right, of the 800 verses. And they're so full of love and they're so full of promise that all of us should always have it, in our minds, right? It's something that we should carry with us wherever we go. Okay, now I think that really that there cannot be more beautiful verses than this, right? Where God says, "Yaar, chal na chhod. I'm not even seeing whether you deserve it or no, but I want you to come back to me, and therefore I will do whatever it takes to give you the knowledge, and then you will to come back to me." Now, on hearing these 4 verses, I was so overjoyed. So imagine then what happened to Arjun, right? अर्जुन के सामने भगवान खड़े हैं और भगवान उसको बोल रहे हैं कि भाई इफ यू जस्ट थिंक ऑफ मी आई विल डू वॉट एवर इट टेक्स टू रिमूव ऑल योर अज्ञान एंड योर तमह. Arjun is so thrilled. Arjun is thinking, this Krishna, this friend of mine, this cousin of mine, this charioteer of mine, right? He is the supreme God himself. So Arjun's heart starts to overflow with love, with devotion, with gratitude, because now he's convinced that this guy in front of me, he is the absolute truth. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. And so he says, please repeat after me, verses 12 and 13 together. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यम् आदिदेवम् अजं विभुम् आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे.
You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate alone, the purest, the absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All great sages such as Narada, Sita, Devala and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring this to me.
Okay. So remember Arjun's situation, right? Arjun is just blown away. He's mesmerized. He's completely awestruck. So now he wants Krishna to reveal more and more about himself, right? So he starts by praising Krishna, right? By saying, ki I have no doubt about your greatness. I know pakka ki you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he says, Param Brahma, you are the Supreme Lord. Param Dham, you are that place where everyone finally wants to go. And a dham, a pavitra place where everyone wants to go. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. You are the purest. And you are also the most purifying because you take away all our contamination. Purusham Shashwatam. You are that Shashwat, that eternal person. One who's not born will never die. Right? You are that Shashwat Purush. Divyam. You are full of spirituality. You have no material tinge to you at all. You're completely transcendental. Adi Devam. You are the Lord of all the Devatas. You are the first, the original Lord. Ajam, जिसने जन्म नहीं लिया. Vibhum, who's full of vibhutis, full of opulence. Right? So he first praises Krishna by saying all of this. And then he says, Ahus Tvam Rishaya Sarve. All the rishis have been saying this about you. Who are the different rishis? Devarishi, Narad, Asito, Devalo, Vyasaha. So he names 4 rishis. These are the 4 greatest rishis. And he says all these rishis have always said this about you. And now, Swayam Chaiva Bravishimi. You yourself have declared this to me. Right? Today the verses that we're going to do are very, very simple. They're very self-explanatory. Right? So we'll be able to go through them very, very quickly. If you have any questions, please stop me and ask. Okay? So first in these 2 verses, he's praising Krishna, saying, now I understand without a doubt that you are the Supreme Lord. Okay? You are that eternal being who's beyond all the Devatas also. So far I've heard all of this from different rishis, and now I've heard this from you. Okay? We'll go to verse 14. Sarvametadrutam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidur devan danavaha.
Krishna, I totally accept as truth that all that you have told me, neither the demigods nor the devils, O Lord, can understand your personality.
Correct? So he says, Krishna, I completely believe every word of what you have said. I completely agree that you are Bhagwan, the Supreme Lord. Okay? The Devatas, the Danavs, the Manavs, all of us, we have limited understanding. So we cannot understand your full identity. But because you have now given me Buddhi Yoga, because you are removing the darkness, right? The tamaha, the ajnan inside of me, because you are now lighting that diya, I can now understand you. Right? Only by Krishna's mercy can the truth be revealed in our hearts. What is our job? Bhajate mam priti purvakam. Our job is, with a lot of priti, we do bhajan of God. Right? We need to bodhayantah parasparam. We need to talk about him amongst ourselves. We need to do kathayantascha mam nityam. We need to nitya, constantly do his katha. Right? So if we do this, if we do his katha, if we discuss about his glories, if we sing his bhajans, then what is happening is we are preparing our hearts to receive Krishna. And once we prepare our hearts to receive him, what does he do? Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Or what does he do? Nashayam yatma bhavastho jnana deepena bhasvata. I will remove, मैं नाश करूंगा तुम्हारे अज्ञान और तुम्हारे तमह का. Right? He will give us buddhi. So Krishna has started this process with Arjun. Because Krishna has given Arjun buddhi yoga, because Krishna has lit that lamp inside Arjun's heart, Arjun is able to accept Krishna as the Supreme. Right? Okay, verse number 15. Swayam evatmanatmanam वेत्थत्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते.
You alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all things, God of all gods, Lord of the universe.
Perfect. Arjun is again, he is very, very awestruck, right? So he's repeating ki Baba, we have no ability to comprehend who you are. Only you know yourself. Vettatvam. Only you can know yourself, and only you can give us mercy by which we can get to know about you. Our intellect is chota sa, right? Only you can give us buddhi yog. Why? So he says 5 more things. You are Purushottama. Purush mein Uttam, the greatest of all people. You are Bhuta Bhavana. All the bhutas, all the living beings come from you. You are Bhuta Isha, Bhutesha. Isha means God. So God of all living beings, Deva Deva. You are the Dev of all the Devas. Right? You're the Lord of all the Devatas, and Jagat Pate is Pure Jagat ke Swami you are. You are the Lord of this entire universe. Please repeat. Vaktumarhasya Sheshena Divyayatma Vibhutayah Yabhirvibhutibhirlokan Imamstvam Vyapya Tishtasi.
Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these things.
Yeah. So now Arjun says, Ki Krishna, I have understood ki you're Bhagwan. Okay? Now I have no doubt. But I want you to describe more about yourself. Asheshena, without any, kuch bhi mat chodo, tell me about all your opulence. Right? Don't leave anything out. Just keep telling me more and more about yourself. Please understand, the more we hear about Krishna, the more faith we will have. The more our bhakti will grow. Right? So here Arjuna is saying the same thing. Ki Krishna, tell me everything about all your vibhutis, all your opulence. Right? The foundation for bhakti is Shraddha, faith. Correct? The more we know, the greater our faith. See, so far, right, I mean, we've all seen the Ganga, we've seen the Himalayas. But when we saw Ganga, we saw Ganga. When we saw Himalayas, we saw the Himalayas. But once we start reading, once we start listening, once we start studying, then when we see the Ganga, we go like, wow, Krishna's opulence. When we see the majestic Himalayas, we're like, wow, Krishna's opulence. Right? When I see somebody who reads as well as Sonal, I'll be like, wow, Krishna's opulence. Right? When I see somebody as beautiful as Subbalakshmi, wow, Krishna's opulence. Right? So all of this, we will start seeing Krishna ka vibhuti everywhere. And so here Arjun is saying, ki please keep telling me about all your vibhutis so that wherever I look, I want to be able to see you. Okay? Verse number 17. Katham vidyam aham yogims tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya.
O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Very nice. So Arjun is saying, I am a mere mortal. I am choti buddhi ka chota sa human being. I have very little understanding. It is very difficult for me to constantly think of you, to constantly remember you, to constantly, have you in my mind. I cannot stay focused on you all the time, Krishna, but I really want to. Right? I really want to constantly think of you. Tvam sada parichintayan. Sada, at all times, Krishna, I want to think about you. But what happens is, I'm in Mahamaya. I'm in this material world. Right? And so everything is covered by Maya. But once I surrender unto you, I know ki you will remove that covering of Maya and you will show me your opulence everywhere. right? So Krishna, I'm praying to you, remove that covering. है ना, वो curtain आप खोल दो ताकि I can see you. I'm a materialistic person. It's very, very hard for me to understand you spiritually. Correct? So it is easy for me to focus on physical things. So Krishna, keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. Tell me little things. Tell me thoda sa naam, thoda sa forms, कि when I look at you, when I look at those forms, I will be able to think of you. So tell me all your physical representations. In this material world, when I look around, what are the things that I can look at and think कि वाह Krishna. So give me that entire list. Don't leave anything out. Remember, this has been happening from the 7th chapter. Right? 7th chapter we said, अब पानी पियोगे तो वाह कृष्णा, राइट? अग्नि का तेज देखोगे तो वाह कृष्णा, किसी में कोई भी टैलेंट देखेंगे तो वाह कृष्णा, राइट? So this has been continuing from the 7th chapter, the 9th chapter, and now in the 10th, he is saying, Krishna, give me an exhaustive list. Okay? Everything I look at, I should be able to think of you. So please give me that list. Don't leave anything out. So Krishna laughs. सब तुमको बोलूं, सब बोलना है तो तुम्हारी जिंदगी निकल जाएगी, right? Because that much is my opulence. So Krishna laughs and he says, please repeat verse number 18. Vistarenatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuya kathaya truptirhi shrunvato nasti me mritam. Sorry, this is still Arjun's verse. Okay, this is still not Krishna. Okay, this is Arjun's last verse. See how beautiful this is. The more I hear, the more I want to hear. Right? Krishna, your words are so nectarian. Right? Your glories are like nectar for people who have fallen in love with you. So, bhuya kathaya. Once more. Because my thirst for listening to your glories is not satiated. Your words are like honey. They are nectar to my ears. I don't want you to ever stop speaking, Krishna. You know, that is the beauty about conversations where God is the center. The more we hear, the more we want to hear. Because we relish these conversations, right? We're always thirsting for more. अपने लाइफ में when we go out, right? Suppose you go out with your friend for a coffee and the friend starts talking about herself. 2 minute interest रहेगा, 5 minute interest रहेगा, then you'll be like, oh my God, how egotistical she is, right? कितना वो खुद के बारे में बात करती है, बस कर, right? We get that feeling, we get so fed up when somebody is constantly praising themselves. You're like, bas abhi, I don't want to hear any more about you. But when it comes to Krishna and his glories, the more we hear, the more we want to hear because we are falling so much in love with him. Okay? So so Arjun has now said, please don't stop talking because your words are like nectar. I want to keep hearing about wherever I look, how can I remember you? And so now Krishna smiles and replies. Okay? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Hantate Kathayashyami दिव्याह्यात्म विभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I'll tell you about my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent for Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless.
So nice. And he says, Hantate Kathayashyami. You've asked me, so pakka I will fulfill your ask. Right? तुमने request किया कि tell me about your opulence. Yes, I will tell you about my opulence. But Kuru Shrestha, but O best among the Kurus, I will tell you only the important ones. Pradhanyata. Right? I will tell you what the important ones are because na anta vistarasya me. There is no end to my opulence. Right? I cannot tell you the entire list because there is no end to my vibhutis. Na asti antaha. There is no limited. There is no limit. My features are unlimited. My powers are unlimited. My wealth is unlimited. Everything about God is unlimited. That is why He's God, right? He has unlimited names, unlimited forms, unlimited abodes, right? Unlimited pastimes, unlimited devotees. That's why his name is Ananta, right? Ananta, jiska koi ant nahi hai. That is why he's called Ananta, unlimited. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. Right? That's a beautiful line. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. So Krishna says, I will tell you a small fraction of my vibhutis. The most prominent ones that will help you remember me wherever you turn. And that brings us to the recital of Krishna's vibhutis. Verses 20 to verse 39. Okay? These verses में Krishna says कि how he is an important opulence everywhere. It's a recital. तुम इसमें देखो मैं हूं, तुम इसमें देखो मैं हूं, तुम इसमें देखो मैं हूं. Okay? It's a beautiful recital. Pay attention to the words and enjoy it. Okay? Not too much to understand at all. It's just going to make us truly Krishna conscious. When you say, right, we need to become God conscious. How do we become God conscious? If we are able to see him everywhere. Right? So that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to push us to become God conscious. Alright? So verse 20 to verse 39 are a recital of his vibhutis. Aham atma gudakesha sarvabhutashaya sthitah aham adischa madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. Yeah, Suna?
Atma Super Soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
Lovely. So Krishna's first he starts with Aham Atma. What am I? I am the Atma, O Gudakesh. Gudakesh is another name for Arjun. Okay, also used in the second chapter. Gudakesh, somebody who's conquered ignorance, somebody who's conquered sleep. Okay? Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashaya Sthitah. I am that Atma who's present in every living being. Not only those who started walking the spiritual path. I am present in every living creature as the Atma. I am the super soul. I am the Paramatma in every single living being in this universe. And not just the Atma. I am the Adi, the Madhyam, the Anta. I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end of all living beings. He is our beginning because remember he said, I am the eternal seed-giving Father. Right? So we've all come from him. I am the middle because we all are sustained by his energies. Correct? Everything that we use is a transformation of his energy. We're sustaining because of this prana, which is his energy. And finally, at the end, he is also my anta. Because ultimately, when I attain liberation, I go back to his dham to live with him eternally and to serve him eternally. Right? So he's also my anta. He is my adi, he is my madhyam, and he is my anta. Are we clear? Right? The three Purusha avatars. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Right? He creates, he sustains, maintains, and he annihilates. Right? Okay. Next. Adityanam aham Vishnur Jyotisham Raviram Shuman Marichir Marutamasmi Nakshatranam aham Shashi.
Adityas and Vishnus of light I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruthus I am the Marichi. The stars and the moon.
Wonderful. Adityanam aham Vishnur. Adityas are sons of Aditi. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, very briefly I'll tell you, even I don't know the details. Kashyap Muni is one of the progenitors, right? Brahma created a lot of these people so that they could go create population, right? Among them, a prominent one is Kashyap Muni. And Kashyap Muni was married to a lot of wives. One of them was Aditi and one of them was Diti. Okay? Aditi is the mother of all the Devatas. Okay? and Diti is the mother of the demons. So Kashyap Muni and Aditi had, I think, 33 sons. Out of them, the Adityas, okay, the 12 sons of Aditi, very prominent again. Vaman Dev was one of her sons. Aditi ka beta was also Vaman Dev. Do we know the story of Vaman Dev? Okay, do we know the story of Bali Maharaj? So, Maharaj Bali Chakravarti. Okay, Bali Chakravarti is Prahlad Maharaj's grandson, okay, born in the demon lineage. Okay, became very, very strong because he pleased the Brahmins. His guru was Shukracharya, right? He pleased all the Brahmins, right, in the line of Bhrigu Maharaj. He pleased them all. And when you please Brahmins, please remember this, doesn't matter who you are, when you please the Brahmins, you become very, very powerful. All your wishes get fulfilled, right? Time and again stories show us this. So Bali Maharaj pleased the Brahmins, and the Brahmins gave him all kind of Ashirvad, right? So Bali became really, really, really strong. And Bali was very upset कि when that manthan happened, when Samudra manthan happened, the devatas ने fraud करके सारा अमृत पी गए थे, है ना, हमको अमृत मिला नहीं था. So Bali Maharaj wanted to avenge that, and he wanted to throw away the devatas from Indralok, right, from Svargalok. So Bali Maharaj became very, very powerful. And he became very powerful. He fought the devatas had to run away, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole story. And then Bali Maharaj became so powerful that the devatas were a little concerned. And they went and they prayed to Vishnu, right? So Aditi prayed, okay, now I need a son who's going to come and protect my other sons, the devatas. My other sons are in trouble, so I need someone to come and protect my children. So when she prays, Vishnu appears and says, okay, I will come as your son, and I will make sure that all your other children are well taken care of. And so a little dwarf boy is born. This little dwarf boy, right, Batuk, is Vaman Dev. So here Bali Maharaj has become very, very strong, right, Chakravarti, Mahabali. And he is performing these Ashwamedha Yagnas, right, and he becomes so arrogant. Don't forget, he is also a devotee of the Lord. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been kind to Brahmins. But somewhere in that devotion, that pride also comes in, right? And he becomes super proud because he's doing these 100 Ashwamedh Yagnas, right? And when he's doing these Yajnas, he says, anybody who wants anything, come and ask and I will give. Remember the arrogance of I will give whatever you ask for. So Vaman Dev appears. So Vaman Dev, छोटे से बटुक, जाते हैं उस लाइन में खड़े हो जाते हैं. बलि महाराज है ना, दान पुण्य कर रहे हैं, कोई आ रहा है बोल रहा है मुझे I need 100 gold coins, I need my daughter married, I need my son educated, I need a big house. सब कुछ बलि महाराज is giving, and this little beautiful effulgent Brahmin boy is standing in the line, and he comes, and Bali Maharaj looks at him, and as soon as he looks at him, he's in love with this little boy. He says, बच्चे तुमको क्या चाहिए भाई, मांगो तो सही. बच्चा बोलता है, पक्का मुझे जो चाहिए वो दोगे आप? बोलते, without a doubt. Do you know who I am? I am Bali, right? Mahabali I am called. I am the Chakravarti. I will give you whatever you want. He says, पक्का? He says, पक्का. He says, डालो, संकल्प लो, हाथ में डालो पानी और छोड़ो. Right? It's like signing a document, right? Saying, okay, promissory note. Here, I promise to give you whatever you ask for. तो वो करते हैं. And then he says, I want 3 steps of land. Bali Maharaj laughs. He says, तू मेरे पास आके तूने बस 3 steps मांगे हैं. 3 steps of land. Have you seen how tiny you are? भाई कुछ और मांग. He says, ना, अपनी promise से तुम बस मुड़ना नहीं. He says, okay. दे दिया. Shukracharya wants him. His guru wants him. Bali, no. This is Vishnu. And he's come kapat se to take away everything from you. Don't give your promise. Bali Maharaj says, नहीं. मैंने बोला है जो मेरे सामने आएगा मैं उनको दूंगा. At this point, even Bali Maharaj also knows कि अब मैं खत्म. But I've made a promise and I will live up to it. Right? तो he gives his word. वामन देव क्या करते हैं? एक पाव रखते हैं. He covers the whole dharti and whatever. Right? Second leg, he covers the heavenly planets. एंड ही सेज अब बलि बोलो थर्ड पांव कहाँ रखूं, है ना, अब तो तुम्हारा प्रॉमिस फेल हो गया. सो व्हाट डज दैट ब्यूटिफुल महाराज बलि डू? बाउज डाउन एंड ही सेज इधर रखो. तो वामन देव जो है बलि महाराज के सर पे ही कीप्स द थर्ड फुट and sends Bali Maharaj down to Patal Lok with a lot of opulence. Says, till you live, you will be very, very opulent. You will have everything. I just needed to end your pride. Right? So that Vaman Dev. I don't know where I got to this whole story. All that God is saying is,
one second, this is regarding that Onam celebration. They celebrate, no? Onam.
yes,
Mahabali.
Yes,
Yeah, that
yes.
is the same story.
yes, we as Hindus are actually so blessed. We have a festival a day. है ना, in some section of the country, somewhere something is being celebrated because that story becomes so great. Right? It is so beautiful. Yesterday, I think Sumati and Vipul and me were reading the Bhagavad, and we just read the kissa of where Shivji gets attracted to Mohini Murti. Right? And the Bhagavad only says that. And then Sumati told us कि in the book that she reads, that continues and tells us how Shabrimala is formed. Right?
Yeah.
So it is so beautiful, right? Our literature, that is why we say Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. The stories are unending, right? And we need to take in all these scriptures. Right? Anyways, so I said this whole story to just tell you, Adityanam Aham Vishnur. So out of all the sons of Aditi, I am Vishnu in the form of Vaman Dev. Okay? Next, too long a story for one little thing. Jyotisham Ravir Amshuman. Out of all the Jyotis, out of everything that is bright and shining in this world, I am Amshuman, which is the sun. The sun is the most supreme, right? The sun is the most radiant. The minute the sun rises, all the darkness of the night disappears. So Krishna says that sun represents my glory. In the Brahma Samhita it is stated that sun is Bhagwan ki aankhe. Right? So Krishna here says that sun is me. When you look at the sun, please remember me. Marichir Marutam Asmi. Now who are the Maruts? Again, there is a long story. I will tell you this in ekdam brief, okay? So Kashyap Muni also has sons with Diti, right? Aditi say all the devatas, and with Diti there are these demons. Somewhere Diti desires that she should have a son who is more powerful than Indra. Right? Diti says, not fair. Aditi has this son Indra, who's, the god of all gods. I want a son who is stronger than Indra. So Diti tells her husband, you need to give me a son who's more powerful than Indra. Now her husband Kashyap Muni gives her a very, very, very difficult upasana to do. And when she does that, she gets pregnant, but Indra finds out. And so Indra goes and tries to kill that fetus in the womb. And when he's killing that fetus, instead of dying, that fetus breaks into 49 parts. Right? And they become the 49 kinds of winds that flow in the universe. Right? We talk of Avaha, Pravaha, Nivaha, right? All the different kinds of winds. The chief wind is called Marichi. So Krishna says, when you feel that wind on your face, when you feel that Marichi, please remember me. Right? So when you go for a drive and you feel the wind on your face, when you go, by the ocean and you feel the ocean breeze, please remember Krishna, because he says, Marichir Marutam Asmi. I am that pleasant wind that you are feeling. Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. Out of all the nakshatras in the sky, in the night sky, he's finished the day sky, right? He says in the day sky and the sun. In the night sky, what is the brightest? The moon. So he says, I am Shashi. So when you look at the moon, please think of me. Make sense? Okay. We'll continue verse number 22. If you've fallen asleep with the stories, please wake up. Vedanam Samvedosmi. Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Indriyanam Manaschasmi. Bhutanam asmi chetana.
Of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living beings, I am the living force.
Lovely. Lovely. So, Vedanam Samavedosmi. We all know that there are 4 Vedas. Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, Samaved and Atharva Ved. Right? Samaved has complete beautiful descriptions of the Lord. And Samaved is very, very musical. Okay? It is believed that when Garud flaps his wings, right? He sings the verses of the Samaved. So Krishna says that beautiful Samaved, when you listen to beautiful descriptions of me, beautiful verses which are very, very melodious, that is me. And Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Vasavaha is another name for Indra. So Krishna says, out of all the Devatas, I am Indra, the god of heaven. Indriyanam Manas Cha Asmi. Out of all your Indriyas, out of all our sense organs, our working organs, Krishna says, I am the mind. Because if the mind is not focused, then we really can't do anything with attention. Right? Just now, right? If you're listening to what I'm saying with your ears, but if your mind is wandering idhar udhar, then you have no clue about what I'm talking about, right? So the mind is the king of all the senses. And so Krishna says, I am your mind. Therefore, remember, we need to pray stronger and harder, saying, Krishna, please ye man ko kabu karne mein help me. Because ultimately you are the mind. Right? Bhutanam asmi chetana. Chetana, consciousness. The difference between a living person and a dead person is consciousness. Right? Consciousness exists only because Bhagwan infuses us with consciousness. As soon as consciousness leaves the body, the person is dead. Right? And Krishna says, I am that consciousness. So every day feel gratitude that we wake up in the morning. That we say we're conscious of what is happening around me. That consciousness, Krishna says, is Krishna. Right? So here he said, I am the beautiful verses of Samaved. I am Indradev, the god of heavens. I am your Man and I am your Chetana. Then in 23, Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi Vittesho Yaksharakshasam Vasunam Pavakas Chasmi Meru Shikharinamaham.
Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasus, I am the fire, Agni. And of the mountains, I am Meru.
Wonderful. Just see how all-encompassing God is. So for those of us who say ki I pray to Shivji, absolutely nothing wrong, because Krishna says, Rudranam Shankaras cha asmi. Out of the 11 Rudras, I am Shankar. Right? Shankar is the original Rudra. Right? Shankar is the one who is assigned with the most difficult task. He is in charge of the mode of ignorance. He is responsible for destruction. Right? And Krishna says, when you worship Shankar, you are worshipping me. Right? So, Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. Cha Asmi. I am the Rudra Shankar. Brings a lot of peace. Yeah? So, Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. When I say Om Namah Shivaya, I should know that I am also praying to Hari. Right? Vittesho Yaksharakshasam. Out of all the Yakshas and the Rakshas, I am the Vitta Isha, the Lord of all wealth. Who is? Kuber. Right? Kuber is the Lord of wealth. Right? We have that Kuber Yantra. He is the treasurer for the Devatas. So Krishna says, where does all the treasure come from? I am Kuber. So obviously all treasure, all kinds of material treasure that we're all after, where does it come from? It comes from me, because Kuber reflects my Vibhuti. Are we clear? So even among the Rudras, I am Shankar. Out of all the yakshas and the rakshas, I am Kuber, the lord of all wealth. So having wealth is not necessarily negative. Use wealth wisely. Vasunam pavakas chasmi. There are 8 Vasus. Correct? What are the 8 Vasus? Bhume rapo nalo vayu kham man buddhi ahankar. Right? Out of all these Vasus, he says, I am pavakaha, fire, the most purifying one. Right? If you want to offer something to God, you offer it 2 ways. One is to the Brahmins and one is in fire. इसीलिए तो यज्ञ हवन होता है, right? In the yajna, we put offerings to God. So Krishna says, I am that fire. When you do a yajna and you put something, you're directly putting it in my mouth. Vasunam pavakas chasmi meru shikharinam aham. Meru Parvat is a huge Parvat, very, very famous for all the resources that it has. Very, very famous because it was used in that Samudra Manthan. So Krishna says, out of all the mountains, I am the greatest, the biggest, the tallest, the most full of resources. I am Meru. So obviously when you see the other mountains, Krishna is all of them. Right? So wherever I look, whoever I pray to, whatever I experience Krishna. We will stop here. We will continue the recital next week. In this week, please go through this and keep reminding yourself that every opulence that you see, that we see around us, all of it comes from Krishna. Because he's already said, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I am the origin of everything. Everything emanates from me. Right? I hope your consciousness will constantly keep the Chaturshloki Gita in your mind. I beg all of you to please do your best to recite the 4 verses, 10.8, 9, 10, 11, as many times as you can. ऐसे नशा हो जाना चाहिए, इतना you should be repeating those 4 verses. They should be part of your existence. Right? You should feel it in your system. Those 4 verses will help us wake up every morning saying, yes, I am protected. Yes, I am taken care of. Whatever happens, definitely he will look after me. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. So, praying that is going to be our consciousness for the rest of the week. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Thank you all for joining.